Hi, everybody. My name is Andi. I am from the Tempe, Arizona site, and we're just going to go through a quick round of stretches. I have about 7 stretches. We're going to go through them twice, and then I'm going to end it with a few in your chair. So again, make sure you have some room just about your arm's width. We're not going to be going any wider than that. Make sure you have room overhead if your arms want to go that direction today. As always with stretching, do what feels good for you. What I'm doing may not work for your body. That's totally fine. Work with the body you brought in today, and let's go ahead and get started. So the first one I want to have you do is just stand up nice and tall, and we're going to sweep our arms up and overhead, reaching right for the ceiling or as far as your arms want to go. If your arms don't want to go up, you can support your back. But if you're able to get tall, you can even grasp your elbows. You should feel like you're dangling from a string from the ceiling, like a puppet. From here, we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to just bend in half here. We're not going all the way down yet. So see how my back is nice and flat? That's what I want you to work towards. So your shoulders are back. Shoulder blades are tucked into those back pockets. You can bend your knees if you want to. That's totally up to you. Feel what works well for you. And you should be feeling this all in your lower back. Breathing steadily through it. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and take it all the way down now. Reach for your ankles, your shoelaces, your toes, the floor. Trying to keep your legs as straight as you can. If you need a little bend, that's fine. But the straighter your legs are, the more you're going to feel this in the back of your thighs, your hamstrings. And let your head just fall to the floor. Holding the position in the place that's most comfortable for you and breathing easily. Now, before we stand up, I want you to think about using your glutes. We're going to go up one vertebrae at a time, but I want you to feel it in your glutes, not in your back. Squeezing those glutes, pull yourself up slowly, uncurl yourself, roll those shoulders up towards your ears, back towards the wall behind you, and then lock them down like you're tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. We're going to go through these one more time. So we're going to reach up, straight up to the ceiling. And maybe this time you'll be able to move a little bit better. We're getting ourselves unstuck from sitting at the chair. If you want to add a little back bend here, you can support your back and just reach. This feels really good for the front of your hips because we're in that seated position all the time. If you're leaning back, let your head drop. And again, breathing easily. When you're ready, you can take yourself out of that stretch. And we're going to go ahead right back into that half fold, keeping that back nice and flat. Think about it, if you put a glass of water on your back, would it balance there, or would it lean side to side or fall forward or back? And from there, go ahead and just let yourself all the way down to the floor. Just relax. Letting the weight of your head pull you down further. If you want to add a little more, you can grab behind your ankles and pull yourself into a tighter position. Nice deep breath in as you exhale, again, using those glutes to pull you up slowly. Perfect. We're back in our standing neutral position. Our shoulders are down and back. And from here, we're going to go right into a chest stretch. So if you're able to, reach your hands directly behind you. And I want you to lift them up behind you as high as you can. It should not hurt. It should feel a little pull right here in the front of your shoulders, but no pain. If it hurts, just let your arms down a little bit, or don't even clasp your hands together. An option, if you don't want to do it this way, is to reach for the wall and just turn your body away from it. I'll show you on this side a little bit easier. So it's the same motion, just with the support of the wall. And we're just going to hold it here, getting out of this forward position that we spend so much of our day in. We're going the other direction today. When you're ready, you can exhale, let go. Inhale, bringing your arm up over your head. We're going to do a tricep stretch. This is the one that's a little pat on the back. As far as you're comfortable, again, if just reaching here works for you, if you're feeling that stretch underneath your arm here, that's perfect. So find a position that works for you. And then you're going to use your other hand to pull your elbow if you want. And we'll take a nice deep breath in, exhale, switch sides. And when you're ready, you can let those arms go. We're going to do a side stretch. I want you to think about following the seam of your pants with your hand as you go down. That way you're not leaning forward or backwards and you're staying in one plane of motion. So the wider your feet are, the easier it's going to be for you. And you can find that you might be able to reach a little further. You can keep that hand on your hip. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can bring that arm overhead. And before we stand up, I want you to think about your glutes again, especially on the side that's being stretched and the obliques on that side. And you're going to squeeze all these together, and that's how you're going to pull yourself up. That way you're not feeling it in your low back at all. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Reaching as far down as you're comfortable. You can go below your knee, or you can come above your knee. Just make sure it's above or below, not on. And putting that arm where it feels best for you. Feeling that all through your ribs, your obliques, your sides, a little bit into your low back. And again, breathing easily. Squeeze those obliques, those glutes, pull yourself up. We're going to go through these three again, starting with that chest stretch. Maybe now you're a little less sticky. You can maybe get your arms up a little bit higher, or you can twist a little bit further. Or if you're on the wall, you can also get closer to the wall for a more intense stretch. Find a position that works best for you. Then again, we're going to reach up over our head, get those triceps again. If you find yourself holding your breath at any point, just ease up on your stretch a little bit. We want to make sure that you are breathing, you're getting that oxygen, moving the blood through your body into the muscles that we're stressing right now. So it's really important to not hold your breath. When you're ready, go ahead, switch sides. And we're pulling ourselves out of that forward curve position. Just trying to bring it the other way. So think about that when you're sitting in your chair at your desk, that you're checking your shoulders, you're pulling them up, back, and then down. sitting up nice and straight and just pulling yourself away from your devices that are in front of you. Let's go through our sides one more time. So again, spreading those feet as far apart as you're comfortable with, following the seam of your pants, leaning down to the side. Putting that arm wherever you want, and then when you're ready, squeeze those glutes, those obliques, pull yourself up. We'll go the other direction. Again, your hand is resting above or below your knee. Squeeze on the side, pull yourself back up. Let's just reset one more time. We're gonna reach up nice and tall. If you wanna add the little back bend here, you can. And if you're by your chair, you can go ahead and have a seat. I'm gonna do a couple of quick chair stretches. We're gonna start with our hamstrings. So we're gonna sit right at the edge of our chair. If you're on a rolly surface, be careful, make sure you're, I'm gonna lodge myself up against the wall here. So I'm just sticking my legs straight out in front of me. My heel is touching the ground. My toes are pointed straight up in the air. Sorry, that's a little hard to see. And I'm just gonna reach. If your chair is stable enough, you can do both of your legs at the same time. Mine's not, I'm gonna roll everywhere. So I'm just gonna do one leg. And I'm just reaching as far as I can, toes, shoelaces, ankle, calf, and you're gonna feel that all in the back of your hamstring. If you need to switch legs, go ahead and do that. Again, toes are pointed directly up at the ceiling. You're gonna feel much more of a stretch. Make sure the hip is not being worked right now. They're both square and you don't have a leg falling out to the side. And we're keeping that nice flat back. Just like we did earlier when we just reached down to our thighs, when I said to balance, pretend you're balancing a glass of water on your back, put your back in that same position and you're gonna really feel that stretch in the back of your leg. When you're ready, get yourself more secure in your chair. We're gonna cross one leg over our lap. From there, you can take your hand, place it on the knee that's bent, push down towards the ground. And if you're feeling that in the hip of the leg that is bent, and that's good for you, again, stretching should feel good. It shouldn't hurt. If that feels good, hold it right there. If you want to take it a little bit further, again, with a flat back, we're just bringing our chest down to our leg. Holding that there in a comfortable position. When you're ready, you can switch sides. If you are having a hard time getting your leg up onto your lap, you can cross it down lower. Just scooch more towards the edge, the edge of your chair so you have room to push that knee out. We're going to get the other leg really quickly. Again, maintaining that posture in the upper half of our body, bringing our chest down to our leg. So notice my head has not dropped. I'm not looking at the floor. I'm looking right in front of me. And I'm using the weight of my arm here, pushing my knee down. That's a good stretch you could do anytime in your chair. So thank you all for coming to a 15-minute stretch break with me. My name is Andi. I'm from the Tempe site, and we will be back here tomorrow at 12:30, I believe it is. And we'll go through another stretch break. We also have them on our YouTube if you need them at any other time. Thank you very much for coming, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.